News 7x7 is a unique channel dedicated to the news from dairy industry. Every week you receive brief on top 7 dairy news on this YouTube channel from India and abroad. These news could be seen in detail on our channel dairynews7x7.com also. You may write in the comment box on the dairy topics of your interest. We will try to develop news feature on the same. Your constant feedback and patronage to this channel is our source of top 7 dairy news from the week of July 17th will cover. Firstever credit guarantee scheme for livestock sector launched. Bengal government to build rupees 65 crore greenfield modern dairy project. Cooler weather halts milk crisis. RBI uses milk supply data for dairy farmer loans. Retail milk price will increase in FY24 by 4 to 5%. Dairy manure helps cut emissions. And dairy prices fall as volumes rise at auction at GDT events. Here comes the news of the week. The government has launched the first ever credit guarantee scheme for the livestock sector for rebooting the rural economy by leveraging micro, small and medium enterprises. For operationalizing the scheme, the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying has established a credit guarantee fund trust of Rs 750 crores, which will provide credit guarantee coverage up to 25% of the credit facilities extended to the MSMEs by the eligible lending institutions. The credit guarantee scheme facilitates access to finance for the unserved and underserved livestock sector, making availability of financial assistance from lenders to mainly first-generation entrepreneurs and underprivileged section of society who lack collateral security for supporting their ventures. The main objective of the scheme is to ensure that the lender gives importance to project viability and secures the credit facility purely on the basis of primary security of the assets financed. The establishment of Credit Guarantee Fund Trust was approved under the Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan stimulus package of Rs 15,000 crores Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund or AHIDF. The West Bengal government will build a greenfield modern dairy project worth Rs 65.48 crores at Haringhata in Nadia district, the first since 1970s. IceMake Refrigeration Limited has received a turnkey contract from West Bengal Livestock Development Corporation Limited, which is the executing agency for Bangla Dairy Limited, owned by the state government's Animal Resources Department. This will be a modern dairy project with a processing capacity of 1.5 lakh litres of milk, but in the first phase it will be 1 lakh litres a day. It will process fresh milk and value-added milk products. This fresh public sector dairy project is coming up after decades since the 1970s. WBLDCL Managing Director Gauri Shankar Konar told PTI that commercial production is expected by September 24. Between January and March, India was facing a shortage of milk products such as butter and ghee, raising prospects of imports in country that is world's largest supplier of liquid milk. Today, the scene couldn't be more different. Supplies are stable and milk procurement prices in several centers have softened. Over the past few weeks, industry players say the average buffalo milk procurement price across India has softened about 3% to around 52 rupees to a litre against 54 to 55 in January to March, and dropped by 10 to 13% in cow milk to around rupees 33 per litre against 37 to 38 in January to March. That's because the flush season, which should have ended with the onset of summer, was unexpectedly extended. This year, milk supplies during the lean months have been 5 to 7% higher than the same period last year. The principal reason for this is the cooler summer of 2023. Cooler weather in turn meant that demand for milk products and value-added items such as buttermilk and ice cream did not show the usual exponential rise. For many farmers or dairy farmers, getting a bank loan is impossible for want of any credit history. But here is a solution, the frictionless credit, a new platform by the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub that enables a borrower to tap into the data on milk sold by the dairy farmer to Amul or the land records available with the state government to determine the payment capacity. RBI's own survey had earlier showed that it used to take 4 weeks to process farm loans and used to cost around 6% of the loan amount. Currently, 5 states are on board with more joining in. Similarly, for milk, only Amul's database of 30 million farmers can be accessed at the moment. But satellite data or soil health reports can also be accessed by banks on request to determine the creditworthiness for, say, a loan to grow wheat, paddy or maize. Based on a NABARD developed formula, loans are sanctioned according to the land holding. Prices of retail milk are expected to go up by 4 to 5% year on year in FY24 because of dairy processors failed to recover the cost, which has been hit throughout pandemic, especially during the second wave amid higher commodities prices, pushing up fodder prices and weighing on milk productivity. CRISIL Director Pushan Sharma told Mint. This comes at a time when retail milk prices have shot up by 10% in a year and nearly 22% in 3 years. Additionally, if there is a productivity issue because of poor monsoon in August and September and fodder prices continue to remain sticky or increase, it could contribute to the hike. The procurement price for milk dairy processors pay to farmers also went up because of lower milk production and high cost of fodder. Some of the cost was passed to the retail customers. One of the world's pharmaceutical giants is using dairy cow manure and food waste to help reduce its reliance on natural gas and to cut carbon emissions at the same time. United Kingdom drug company AstraZeneca is partnering with Vanguard Renewables based in Massachusetts to use biogas for heat and power in all its US-based research and manufacturing facilities. The change is expected to be complete by the end of 26. From June 23, AstraZeneca will begin purchasing renewable natural gas produced by Vanguard Renewables. By 26, this collaboration is intended to enable as much as 650,000 million British thermal units or 190,500 megawatt hours per year of renewable natural gas to be used across AstraZeneca's US sites. That's equivalent to the energy required to heat more than 17,800 homes across the US for 1 year. The company states it's on track to reduce GHG emissions from its global operations by 98% by 26 from a 2015 baseline. The GDT price index was down 1% with an average selling price of $3,289 per metric ton. The index fell 3.3% at the previous auction on July 4th with an average selling price of $3,334 per metric ton. A total of 25,956 tons of dairy products were sold at the latest auction, up about 4.5% from the previous one. The key results remain as AMF index up by 3.4% at an average price of $4,745 per metric ton. Butter index down by 2.7% to an average price of $4,705 per metric ton. Cheddar index down by 10.1% at an average price of $3,955 per metric ton. S&P index down by 0.6% at an average price of $2,503 per metric ton. And WMP index down by 1.5% at an average price of $3,100 per metric ton.
Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I Kuldeep Sharma request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.